Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today on this fabulous Friday. I am Hayley Peri, the founder and CEO of Dandy Day. And in course, oh, wait, I have to press go. Oh, we are live. We are live. Sorry, this is my first time to do this. Yes, I am Hayley Perry, and thank you all again for joining me today on my first LinkedIn Live. I just want to give a big shout out to Michelle J. Raymond um, at Good Trading for making this possible and happen. And she's like my behind the scenes LinkedIn magician. So if you need somebody, I highly recommend her. Um, oh, thanks, Irv. Yes, take two. Hi, Angelica. It's always good to see you. Um, so I am in Los Angeles, but I am wearing a parka because it is freezing in my house. So I don't want you to get confused on like where I am. I'm just like super cold, and if I take it off, I will shiver. So a little bit about Dandy Day. We are a conscious beauty firm, and we are a B2B solution for the beauty industry. So we try to connect people and within the beauty industry. And oh, it's Taylor. Oh my gosh, everybody is logging on. It's distracting me. So hi, Jason. Hi, Taylor. Where are you in the world? Lokesh. Hey, Lokesh. I guess I can take just a few minutes to let people come in. Um, Again, this is my first time doing a LinkedIn Live. Hi, Michelle. So good to see you too. Um, so we're all learning together and experiencing this for the first time together, which is pretty fun. Um, Great. Angelica's in Woodland Hills. Oh, hey, Nicole. Hi, Brittany. So many wonderful names and faces are popping up. Hey there, Anne. I'll see you next week. Um, yeah, what this LinkedIn Live is about today is just our outlook on 2022. I don't have any slides prepared or anything. It's a little bit off the cuff, but it's I wanted to have this session so we could reflect on 2021 here at Dandy Day, and also kind of cast vision for this year. And I wanted it to be an open space where you could ask questions. If you don't really know Danny Day and have more questions about what we do, what we can do, or what our focus is, I would love to hear in the comments. And then that helps me get to know you a little bit better as well. So as a conscious beauty firm, what we do is we really focus on sustainability, education, innovation, community, and I do a little bit of consulting, but I really try to stay more um, in in the realm of providing sustainability education. As we all know, sustainability is a huge topic. It's a very complex topic, and so having this overarching sustainability topic and trying to package it in something that's very specific for the beauty industry can be interesting. And so we don't think that we have it all figured out, but what we do well, I think, is ask a lot of questions and try to um, bring in tangible solutions to what your needs are as a product creator. And why that's important is a product creator could be a brand founder. You could be a chemist. It could be a contract manufacturer. You could be working at a turnkey company, or a product developer, a regulatory specialist, someone in testing. But you all need support in order to get the products made and out the door into the hands of consumers. And it's just really difficult to do that in this day and age with so many changing regulations and being part of a global community of industry. It can just be really difficult. So you can think of us as like your friend who's like done all the research and be like, hey, this is what we found. This is where you should go. This is who you should meet. This is the information. And then hopefully that empowers you to go out and make better decisions that would be tailored to what your needs are. So again, we're really here just to empower you, not to tell you who's right and wrong or how you should do it, but to draw from examples from our community, draw from examples from other industries, and then investigate those kind of um, really hard to navigate places, like get through the weeds and trying to figure out, okay, what's really the issue? What's the line of um, where is there miscommunication, and like how can we do better? So that kind of goes into like be the solution. We really want to be problem solvers. Um, so I'm gonna open it up if anybody has any questions, like so far. And if not, I can go into kind of what um, are some of our reflections from last year. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, no questions or comments. So we really would love to celebrate last year. I'm sorry, I'm looking around. I'm going to be looking a little crazy looking around right now. Um, and I think one of the things um, I wanted to share was, we're a fairly new company. We've only been around about 2.5 years, and a lot has to happen when you are starting a company. And um, I always like to share what my journey is as a founder, as a mom, as a wife, as a friend, as a daughter, because I know that that's a very real part of a lot of your journeys as a new company, or you want to do something new or something different. It can be really really challenging. So I just wanted to be really open and honest and transparent about that journey, while I'm also producing and curating great content for you, because I think that helps support you. I don't want you to feel alone in your journey. So at the end of last year, I was feeling a little sad. I was like, I don't think I really accomplished so much. Gosh, I wish I would have gotten this done, this done, this done. And then after, kind of sitting with that icky feeling, I just wrote down like all the things that I had accomplished, or that not just me, but my team had accomplished in 2021. And I came up with like, let me see, let me look at my list. We came up with 40 different or 39 significant moments for the company. And I was like, that's really good. If there's 52 weeks in a year, having 39 um, like markers of activity and milestones is like pretty awesome. So I just wanted to go through some of those recaps of 2021. We really focused a lot on education last year, and developing um, the thoughts that I think lay the groundwork for the company and the type of cadence and content that people can expect from us, that the industry can expect. So we did 3 different articles with cosmetic design. Those were thought leadership pieces. So I would encourage you to look for those pieces in cosmetic design by Dandi Day. Um, we also launched the Dandi Day Sustainability Report and Solutions. And so that was an enormous collaboration. It was enormous for me because it was, I think, like 5 different companies coming together. Dr. Nicole Acevedo was one of the collaborators. So thank you so much, Nicole, for your hard work and collaboration in putting all that information together. We had Cavallo, Amy Ann Beauty, um, Pacific Packaging with Brandon Frank, and um, the Good Face Project also offered some solutions in there. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. Oh, and Tribe Dynamics. Tribe Dynamics was so huge and important in that report. So if you haven't had a chance to look at the report or purchase it, it is the most affordable and accessible way to acquire my support and help and insights. It is a 160 plus page report, and it was really all of my knowledge that I had at the time. I tried to pour it into something very concise to draw the journey of um, the US beauty industry, sustainability, like global sustainability, what global sustainability looks like for the beauty industry, for the global beauty industry, for the then break it down into the US industry and correlate that back to the UN Sustainable Development Goals. There's also a segment in there on trends. There's a segment on ingredients to start with, and then in terms of sustainability messaging, like what are our very clear opportunities to participate in sustainability? So it's really a report that empowers you to take action in sustainability and have very clear starting points. So please, I encourage you to watch the videos at dandydayreports.com, purchase the report and use it as a tool for your team. And I'm always open and available for you to ask questions about that. So um, that was a huge project. It took about 8 to 9 months of my life last year, and we're really, really proud of that. Um, Next, we had a lot of discussions beyond the bench, is what we call them, because we want to take the product creators beyond the formulation bench. And if you are not a chemist, that's what we call our laboratory, like counter space where we like make products. I was a chemist, a full-time chemist for 4 years. I love formulating and creating products, and but these conversations were really taking us out of like that technical view and really placing us into what is the environment that we have to create products. DEI was a big conversation for us last year, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and solutions to tackle that or to bring that into your organization. Our partner for that was Go Culture, and they're a SaaS program that really can measure an individual and a company's aptitude to measure aptitudes for DEI. So really, really interesting company. And we were thankful for their time to provide some education on that. We also had Beyond the Bench a Red Lips webinar, which was super fun. I love red lipstick, and it's something it's very historical and throughout times in history. So it was really fun. It's a fun webinar. We also interviewed different founders with beauty that were doing something in social impact. So Shalini Vidara, the founder of Ready Set Jet, was one of those conversations that we had. Let me see what else. Clean beauty and social justice, again with Dr. Nicole Acevedo. We had many discussions last year. And yeah, I could go on, but like Beyond the Bench, we're going to have some more great conversations this year. So I encourage you to sign up for those. They're on the LinkedIn page. And then we have conversations called Sustainability Perspectives. And that's really where we take a look at, investigate further some different outlying but very significant perspectives on sustainability that will be impacting us here in the beauty industry. So through the research last year, doing the sustainability report and solutions, what we found was that the largest increase in conversation when we measured hashtags, measured conversations through Tribe Dynamics earned media value, the largest conversation shift that was happening was in social impact and specifically BIPOC. So BIPOC stands for Black, Indigenous, People of Color. And so just understanding and seeing that data, we just kind of sat with that, those results, and just got really curious about like, well, okay, what does this really mean for us as an industry? Like, who's really talking about this, and what else is there to be discovered? in this growing conversation. And so what we realized was that there is um, a larger conversation of vulnerable communities or vulnerable populations. And so for 2022, that is Dandy Day's dedicated research is to vulnerable populations. Um, so we are working on that together. When I say we, I mean Dr. Nicole Acevedo. Her background is in reproductive health and in epidemiology, and so she has some really great insights on just from the scientific level. I'm not a PhD. I haven't studied the impacts, but she can really speak to that science. And then we have a wonderful researcher who spent 10 years with the EPA and has also worked with the Environmental Working Group. She is heading up or she's actually doing the research. And so the three of us together, her name is Stacy Harder, and she's just been a joy to work with. So the three of us together are navigating and looking through, like, what are these different populations, really defining the groups, um, and understanding what makes them vulnerable. We're also going to be looking at products of concern and products and ingredients of concern for each of these four populations, and then potential solutions or potential replacements to the ingredients or products of concern. So I think it'll be a really interesting series this year. And I hope that you'll join us for those sustainable perspectives here on the LinkedIn Lives. And last year we had some really great community events where, the in-person events were a little bit limited. And I love being with my community. So that was a little bit hard not to be able to see more of you in person, but we were able to get like a few people together a few times last year. So we had a dinner. We did a happy hour at Cosmoprof in Las Vegas with the Good Face Project. And so they are going to be an extremely important company for you all to really keep your eyes on this next year. And just as I've gotten to know Eva, the founder, and Lena, the two founders, and how they designed the system, it really is the most comprehensive tool that I've seen to empower cosmetic industry businesses to create products for today's consumer, whether it's here in the US or globally. So I would just encourage everybody to really check them out. I know there's a lot of tools out there and they have different places, but this is one I found that's very specific to speaking about ingredients. So yeah, we did that really cool happy hour together. We're going to be doing more things this year together as well. We're going to have two educational events, in-person educational events out here on the West Coast that really goes through their tool and how it can support different aspects of what your job is, whether you are a formulator, you're in regulatory, you're in product development, you're in marketing, you're in sales or strategy, innovation. I could go on, but we're going to dissect this tool and have like an in-person type of classroom setting. And then I'm also going to be sharing about our trends, about sustainability trends. And how they align with the UN Sustainable Development Goals. So we're going to have two of those in-person events. They're only going to be out here on the West Coast. One will be next month in March, and then we'll have one in October. We have a question. What was the question? Oh, no, we're asking if you have a question. You can ask me. Yes, so we're very excited about the in-person educational events. Yes, anyone is welcome to attend the events. We will have a limited capacity for those in-person events. We are trying to keep our events smaller, just to be considerate of the times that we're living in right now, and also we want it to be an environment where people feel that they can really collaborate and be open and feel comfortable. So sometimes that's like having a really like more numbers isn't necessarily conducive to learning. And so we're really focused on creating a positive learning environment. Um, so we have, yeah, the in-person events, the happy hours. If you are not part of our email list, please sign up. Um, that is where one of the measurements that I use to see like who's really engaged and interested in the content and what I have to share. And so part of the benefits of like reading and being engaged through reading, clicking on anything interesting you see in the newsletter, liking our posts or commenting, that gives me an indication of of my community profile, the Dandy Day community profile, and then I can respond better to what your needs are. And part of that is when I know who's interested and really invested in the community, then I send out personal invitations to you to come to these events. So we're really focused on community, driving engagement, driving conversations, creating that tangible place for us to grow and innovate. Um, so so yes, please sign up, please like, and that helps me to understand what your needs are better. Um, we also launched the sustainable ingredient hot list at the Long Beach SCC show last year. And so that was super fun. We selected 10 ingredient partners to really highlight their sustainable solution. And if you've ever been to a trade show, it can be a little overwhelming and they can be kind of big too. So this is like your roadmap to navigate the show. And so we're going to be doing that next year when there is the Long Beach Suppliers Day. And then we had a couple other questions. Joshri, is if anyone is not able to be in person, will the knowledge base will be shared in email format? Um, are Joshri, are you asking about the educational seminar, or is this um, for recorded sessions? I'll give you a chance to answer. For Taylor, yes. The sustainability report does relate to global markets in terms of what that new product development will be. We did when we looked at the hashtags from Tribe Dynamics, they were global conversations, and so that is super interesting. Globally, you can see what the difference in significant conversations were. Um, Across like 6 different areas of sustainability. Um, okay, so Joshua, for the educational seminar, unfortunately, they're not going to be recorded or made available publicly. This is a new program for us, so we really want to see how we can have a great educational experience, and then hopefully in October, the goal is that we can make it a hybrid event. So fingers crossed that we'll be able to do it. That's the goal and the hope. So we're going to see, if we can, how well that can happen. But I will let you know for sure. And hopefully you could fly in for the event. We're trying to do it on the same day as a Society of Cosmetic Chemists meeting. So to give the most value and support to the attendees, where they can learn about sustainable formulations, being empowered through the Good Face Project tool, and then have the wonderful education from the SEC meeting as well. So next we have, okay, we have about 5 more minutes. Ingredient partnerships. So some of our ingredient partners last year too were Olvea. They've been such an amazing company. I really love their mission. So Olvea, Desert King, Synergio, we had Expansiance. Those are all some really great companies. I'm trying to think who else we had on the ingredient hot list. We had Geltor and Avonic, Croda. So Michelle Crota was on there, Bio Glitters from Blue Sun, and Afila, who is represented by Next Step Labs and EME Limited. I think I got everyone, and if not, we have. I can actually put this in the link right here. I believe you can check out what that program was um, right here on the hot list. Um, so along with that, we had a lot of. I was invited to be on some different podcasts and speaking engagements, so that was really fun, and it was such an honor to be there. Beauty Connect was one of them. With Melissa Hago from Fashion Snoops had invited me to speak on her ingredient panel. And I think one of the highlights of my year last year was being invited by the Society of Cosmetic Chemists for our annual scientific meeting. It was the 75th anniversary, so it was really great to be a part of that. And I shared on leading holistically, leading the sustainability. I'm not saying it right, but I think you know what I mean. Sustainability um, holistically from your supply chain. And so I have that presentation. I think maybe I'll do a LinkedIn Live on that one of these days. And if not, if you're interested in the presentation, um, you can you can reach out and I'll be happy to send that to you. Um, and then another really significant part. Um, oh, Taylor saying thank you. I've really only been exposed to EU regulations, but it's very great to learn about the US market as well. Yes, the EU regulations we really admire, and I think that the gap between um, the US regulations and the EU regulations, that gap is really has been the clean beauty movement. So there's a regulatory gap. And so that gap is where Dandy Day lives in terms of our research, developing explanations, developing um, lines of thinking so we can create products quicker. So thanks so much for sharing that insight, Taylor. Um, and I just have to say, I love Taylor. Taylor, I love you. So, um, I Taylor's mom has been in the beauty industry forever, and she actually worked for my husband's company, and so I've known Taylor since I think you were 14. I think you were 14 taking pictures at the Society of Cosmetic Chemists gala, one of our gala events. So it's just so fun and exciting to see you in the industry and excelling. Um, I love that. So that's part of community right there. So thanks, Taylor, for asking questions and participating. And then I'm going to say, last but not least, we are a mission purpose driven company. And one of the things that we do is we support the Batu Kapal conservation. We have highlighted this conservation as super important. It is a biolink. There are 4 endangered species of animals that live in this region in biolink, and it's in Sumatra. I was introduced to this organization and just the things that this community faces from deforestation of monoplantations. A few years ago, I was introduced to them, and it was through Carol King. She had worked for Intellex for a while, and I forget where she is now. I don't think Carol's on here, but she was so passionate about starting an organization to help reduce palm. And so there was a certification for a little while, a kind of a palm-free certification. And so just learning more about her vision and some of the issues, we've adopted the Batu Kapal Conservation as our nonprofit that we want to support. And we do a lot there. We support a ranger's salary, or he's a community ranger. So he works with the community, the indigenous people in Sumatra, in that region, to help with education, to help, and education is like how to take care of the rainforest, recognizing what's happening in their environment, monitoring some of the endangered species like the Sumatran tiger, the white rhinoceros, the pygmy elephant, and then the orangutans. And so they're all about caring for their land and their indigenous people. This is an indigenous people group at the in Batu Kapal, and so we support their salary. Santa is his name, his salary every month, and then we also helped launch their youth program. So training several women so they can make a living where they are. We helped them launch that program, and then we also donated the money to purchase for a land purchase where they can have their dream center. And so I just want you all to know that like supporting and building this community, those are the tangible impacts that we're making together. And so it's really important, you know, with the engagement too, um, that that is participation. That's participating and making the world a better place, and what we do as creating change, you know, together. And it's really one day and one person at a time. So I just want to leave you all on that great note. That's a Dandy Day outlook for this year. We're going to be focused on vulnerable populations. We're going to be focused on sustainability education through the UN Sustainable Development Goals and translating that to sustainability trends. Those sustainability trends are going to be green beauty, conscious beauty, clean beauty, um, blue beauty, vegan, biodiversity, social impact. I think I'm forgetting one more. Circular and upcycled. So throughout the course of this year, that's the kind of education you can expect to see from us. And we're going to be focused on community events and engagement and making sure that we provide support so you can take action to create sustainable products. So if you have any questions, I've gone over a little bit on time, but if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. Um, you can also reach me on LinkedIn messaging. You can email me, Hayley with two Y's, Hayley at dandyday.com. And I just look forward to being in community and taking this journey together this year. So I guess 3, 2, 1. No more questions? Okay, thank you all so much and make it a great day. Bye.